Discernment will be your biggest ally. The ability to make a really smart and careful judgment about something that might be a little bit ambiguous or a little bit obscure is a superpower. And it is a superpower that only you can do for yourself, because you are the only one who understands the nuances of yourself and your life and a goal that you might have. So for example, I was writing about this week, and it was something, or is something, that I am learning how to discern better on. I don't know if that is right English, but you know what I mean. I'm learning to have a better sense of discernment with my exhaustion. So for those of you who, and I'm assuming if you're watching this, it's where you land on the spectrum. For those of you who are unbelievably dedicated to a particular vision, you will know the feeling of being completely drained and exhausted. And there's always this push between, do I carry on and push through, or do I now put everything down and go and rest? And that kind of discernment, to make that decision for yourself, can only be informed by the knowledge you have about yourself and the context that you're in. But it is such a fine line, because each decision will compound drastically either way. So if you consistently push too far for your particular situation when you're exhausted, it'll compound in one direction, where you will become even more exhausted, more distracted, unfocused. You might start teetering on the side of feeling quite defeated and deflated, and your sense of self-doubt will go through the roof. And that will then escalate over the days to come. Whereas stopping and resting will accumulate and compound in another way. Either that you are stopping too short too often, so you are not going that extra push now and again that really does move the needle on a particular project, or that a cumulative sense of rest is what keeps your mind, body, spirit sharp. But all of those variables and the various options and outcomes, the different directions it could go, really come down to you and your particular context. And the only person who can make that decision is you. And that's why the skill and the art of fine-tuning your ability for discernment is so important. And the only way that you can practice that skill is the same as you would practice your fine motor skills, with meticulous and careful practice. You try one decision one night, you reflect and reevaluate the next day. You try another decision another night, and you reflect and evaluate. And you're constantly comparing data between each of these decisions, and then fine-tuning again. Discernment will be your greatest ally.